Alright, hey you guys, it is Tsubaki Swag and I'm coming to you with my review of Naruto Shippuden episode 392, The Hidden Heart. In this episode was actually pretty freaking awesome. I've been waiting so long for like this part in the manga to be animated, and finally it has arrived. But it also saddens me because that makes me remember that we don't have a whole lot longer left in Naruto Shippuden, which hurts my heart a little, but it's okay though. So yeah, in this episode, well, of course, last week's episode, which I didn't review, I don't remember why. Madara finally he used the Rini rebirth through Obito and made himself alive again. So now Madara, the OP ass Madara that has Hashirama cells inside of his body, that is kind of, he has like a face growing on his boob, has become alive again. And now he can actually, like, it's good and bad, because it's good now because since he's alive, he can actually die now. But it's bad because he's just as freaking OP as he was before he became alive again. So awesome. That is just so awesome, isn't it? I freaking hate Madara. I stand by that. And yeah, I don't like Madara. Madara is a little bit too OP for my liking. But way to go, Kishimoto. But anyways, so we see Madara pretty much like pawns everyone and takes chakra from Hashirama and gains the sage mode on the Hashirama face on his boob. And then they start, well, he decides that he's going to go after the tailed beast, which is just like, really? Seriously? This is what we do now? Okay. But he goes after the tailed beast, and poor tailed beast, they had absolutely no idea what was coming to them. I feel bad for them. And it was like Madara was fighting them and they were owning him for a minute, and they finally they used Shikaku sealed him with his sand seal, well, sand and his curse mark. And Madara, being the OP ass nigga that he is, decided that he was going to use his Susanoo to break out of the pyramid, which no normal person should be able to. But of course, Madara is not normal. So Madara broke out of the sand prison and was able to pull the Geto Mazo from Obito. Like, Obito is laying, like, he is literally on his last leg. If it wasn't for Black Zetsu, he would have died by now, which kind of sucks, but it's good because as long as Black Zetsu is on Obito will continue to live on. But you can't really talk or anything because Black Zetsu is controlling the White Zetsu half of his body, and Black Zetsu is covering him. So Obito is literally fighting for his life and trying to regain control of his body. He was fighting with Black Zetsu because White Zetsu brought Madara his other Rinnegan that Obito had been hiding. And Madara also, he got one of his arms cut off, and he took an arm from White Zetsu, and he was talking about how the taste of blood and feeling and pain and everything is just making him miss fighting. And then he did this really creepy laugh, which brings me even more to believe that Madara is just a fucking crazy. But Madara. So after all of that, they show like Obito, he's fighting with Black Zetsu, so Black Zetsu won't get the Rinnegan out of him. And Madara uses the Geto Mazo, like, after he pulls it out of Obito. Kakashi tries to send it into Kamui Land, which is what I'm going to call it. He tries to send it into Kamui Land, and it only takes off its arm. So Madara uses the chains inside of the Geto Mazo to try to pull the tailed beast in it. And because of this, Naruto and because they're Jinchurikis, and we all know what happens to Jinchurikis when the tailed beast is extracted from them. And Madara said that he's pretty much just going to take the tailed beast from them. Like, they really have no choice in the matter. I think Gaara is literally the only person who has lived from having a tailed beast extracted from him, and the only reason why was because of Chio and Sakura and Naruto. So this episode, it was sad but awesome at the same time, and it was just like to show Gaara, he's trying to save Shikaku because Naruto was pretty much like, you're not taking Kurama from me, blah blah blah. And they show like B is fighting with Eight Tails, and Madara's like, well, I'm just gonna take the One Tails first, and Gaara uses his sand hands to try to stop the chains from pulling Shikaku in. And Shikaku has like a flashback of, I want to say it's the Jinchuriki before Gaara, and he was pretty much like put in a cage to pretty much rot away until he died, being protected because he was a Jinchuriki, and he was talking to Shikaku, and he was the only person that was nice to Shikaku, even though Shikaku was always talking about like killing him and all this kind of stuff. And he was telling him, like, he was talking to him, and Shikaku was like, you're the only person in this world that I feel like is the closest to what the Sage of Six Paths was. And the monk, he started crying, and he had like, I think it was love and, no, it was happiness and respect, I believe, I could be wrong, tattooed on the palms of his hands, and those two symbols put together make love, which is a symbol that is on Gaara's forehead, which I thought was pretty awesome. And the monk pretty much told Shikaku that he is going to find someone one day that will show him the love that he so desperately needs, because Shikaku is just mean for no reason. I thought Kurama was horrible. Shikaku is just absolutely terrible, and that yell, oh my god, Shikaku needs to go sit down somewhere. He forever yelling, but it's okay though. Shikaku is still awesome. So after all of that, they show like Gaara trying to save Shikaku, and Shikaku starts fighting back with him, and it was just epicness. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm so looking forward to next week's episode. I can't wait to see how things, well, I already know how things are going to turn out, but I can't wait to see it animated because it is just that freaking awesome. But as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot, and I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. For those of you who don't read the manga, I would love to hear how you think things are going to turn out. How do you think things are going to go with Madara being alive again? But as always, this is Samaki Swag saying adios.